my hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this. Cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest, I'm gonna launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking, and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, no stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb. And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get it, yeah, I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I'll get it, bro. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Yeah, I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never off it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic, make them nauseous. Honest, can I stop this? Never cautious, drop it. I'm the hottest. Knock, knock, bitch, watch it. I'm the fucking king of rock, bitch. Profit, spitting hot shit. I'm topic, chronic. I think I'm motherfucking lost it. Back, matter of fact, making racks where it's at. Have my back to the mat, not an act, that's a fact. We attack in a back, don't react, no react. Think I'm black off his ass, while I rap, not the step. Throw a jab, give a crap. We're advanced, I'm the man. Got a plan better than most brands. Goddamn, I'm a rhyme till I die. Never lie, that's a lie. I don't try, I defy. Yes and nah, that I'm right, yeah. Like a student though, working on a movement, yeah, I'll do it cause I'm in the zone. And you know that I'm ready for the shows. How it goes, I don't know, but I'm waiting till I'm chose. Front row, here I go. All these people wanna know what you think of them lately. Do you really love me or do you really hate me? On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you grade me? All this social media has got me going crazy lately. Everything's inflated, mainly everyone's invaded. Privacy is naked, man, I really hate it. God, I really hate it. I just wanna make it through all this fake shit. Living in the real life, living for some real times. Talk about the real climb, passionate in real rhymes. Steal time back from my 9 to 5, taking back my fucking life. I just wanna feel alive. And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get it, yeah. Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I'll get it, bro. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Said I never give up. Fake it till I make it. Motherfucking take it back from these haters. Playing tracks for the traitors. Got the passion in depths when it happens. Factions take actions. Drafting their captains. It's happening. I'm raising my status. Facing the madness. I'm out gaining traction. Avoid the distractions. I'm snapping. No captions. Attracting reactions. Adapting, attacking. Commanding the masses. I'm practicing habits. I don't fucking ask bitch. I just fucking grab it. I am never static. Massively active. Expanding. Backslid. Planning to have it. So I will go capture it. And I'ma stay after it. I'm gonna fucking master it. They will never last it. Don't be so dramatic.
Yo, what up?
I'm my demographic. This shit is democratic. They vote in back, yeah, bitch.
I just gave the horns. Yo, what up? How many Christians just had heart attacks? I listen to heavy metal, guys. I listen to goth music. Relax, you're fine. Dio wasn't summoning the devil. That was a symbol that his mother gave him to say, I love you. And it's not the I love you sign language sign either. That was just a symbol that his mother used to do. And then he did it. And then people made it into the horns, but it's not real. Stop being dramatic. It's like the upside down cross. It's just St. Peter's cross. Sideways cross is just St. Andrew's cross. Pentagram was a Catholic symbol long before it was a evil symbol. So chill, relax. You're fine. Woohoo. Anyway, what you missed was me telling you that I am not a poser because posers look cool next to me. I am relearning my skateboard tricks. It is fun. I am 44 years old, and I'm skating better than I have in my entire life. I had shitty bearings this entire time. I mean, I bought some reds. I did. I bought some reds years ago. I put them on a skateboard, but I put the trucks on too tight and they didn't have a that little cylinder in the center, so they didn't move. And then my other two boards, one was from Walmart and one was from Academy. They didn't move for jack. I just thought I was a bad skateboarder. I have fucking skills. I did not know this. This is weird. Anyway, we're doing J Dyer. Don't mind the cussing because what you're going to hear is going to be way worse. We're going to be going. Shamoon is going to be on this one. We're going to be watching the J Dyer debate. We're not going to watch all of it. We're going to do bits and portions. It's way too long. I'm not going to do a 2-hour debate on this stream tonight. I'm tired. I still got to work out. I still need to write. I still got other stuff I got to do. Here's the main big updates for my channel. The strike has been lifted. The video has been restored. I did keep my word. I edited him out of the video. I edited Douglas Beaumont out. I am going to do 2 videos based on the stuff that was extracted from the video. One of them is going to be a special movie, a special play, and I already have actors in line. I already have a cast of people. It may or may not star some of your favorite atheists in some of the supporting roles, and we're gonna have fun with that. And I'm gonna make a serious video, doubling down on my 3 best, 3 worst Catholic study Bibles. And they don't have to be a Catholic study Bible to be a Catholic study. It's just the 3 best study Bibles for Catholics. Doesn't mean that they actually have to be a Catholic study Bible. And the 3 worst study Bibles for Catholics to use. And it doesn't mean it has to be a Catholic study Bible. So we're going to do all of that. That's going to be fun. My channel is alive and well for now. Let's get into some J Dyer, shall we? Here we go.
Hope they do come. May God use you for his glory. Amen.
Should I go? I brought my study Bible. I brought my study Bible with all my notes.
You know what's funny is I actually have that exact Quran. I have that exact Quran. It's actually really good. It's actually my favorite study Quran. My favorite one.
Hey man, we proud of you.
There's more than one study Quran, by the way. It's a big religion.
Do you want me to be?
I'm not a huge fan of J Dyer because I don't like his causticness, which is funny because Catholics think I'm caustic. Imagine if they met Orthodox and Jewish people who are way more sarcastic. Imagine if they actually start talking to atheists for real. Man, they would have a hard time. I don't like this guy at all. I'm just going to be very clear. I don't like Shamoon. I don't like the way he talks to my friends. And I mean my friends, the people who I actually like. Certain people who, if they would call me right now and said they were in trouble, I would drop whatever I'm doing and I would go help them out. The way he talks to those people, I do not like. This guy, I know nothing about him, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's where I cook, man. Kitchen right here.
Yeah. We all, and I got my apron already. It's already ready. But however, today, guys, so I'm gonna let my friends cook today. I may jump in, and if I see them running and getting cooked, I may jump in and try to save them.
Please, I need you to save me.
Exactly.
If you know what these are,
I got you.
I accidentally ordered
for the most part,
more than one pair.
I'm gonna let them cook.
You might be able to win one.
So I'm gonna let them go ahead and handle this.
But you have to know what they are.
Grace of the mighty Lord Jesus Christ, Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
So if you need them,
guys,
you know who they are. I might mail them out to you.
Prioritizing cameras. So if you have your cameras on, you have dibs. So Yusuf, I see Yusuf. You have your camera on. You'll be first. Yep. Nice to meet you.
Got some 1/2s.
Thanks for waving.
Got some 1/4s.
We see the other Muslims that are here waiting. If you guys do not turn your cameras on, you guys won't be most likely coming up. I'm prioritizing people who
These
have their
were hard to
cameras on,
find.
all right? So, fellas.
But yeah, I actually ordered an extra pair. So if you know what this are, you know what they're used for.
Cool. So, you guys
If
ready?
you say it in the chat,
Ready to jump
I will
into
give
this?
these to you as a prize.
All right, let's bring it up.
But I'll need your mailing information.
Come on
Don't
up.
put your
Welcome
mailing
to the
information in the
platform,
chat.
my friend.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, everyone.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Now, we don't really have a particular subject at hand, unless I guess we're open to you asking about Christianity or bringing your objections or why we reject Islam. Whatever it is, however you guys feel like going, guys. It is what it is. If you have a,
Jay's lead. Yeah.
you could go ahead and bring it.
All right. So I was born a Christian. I'm here in the U.S. and whatnot. My father was a heretic, though. I'll start off with that, though.
What do you mean?
He always taught me that Jesus was the Son of God, never the
There you go.
actual
I already made the show
part of
like
the Trinity.
90%
I
better.
didn't believe that still. My mother was on the Catholic side, and then my stepmother was the primary one to take me to church and whatnot, and she went to a Church of the Nazarene.
Oh.
And
yeah. All right. Yeah.
growing up,
Hold on, I'm going to get my
started to struggle with Christianity.
my charger. Be
It
right
never
back.
made necessarily logical sense to me that a human could be God. Now I know God can do whatever. But then I just started looking at the Bible, and I saw a few things. And from what I've read, I've only seen that Jesus ever says he's a subordinate to God. So I can never claim to understand any type of Trinity where he is God. I've
And my
never been
wife
able
might
to
call me
understand it, and I've never had an upbringing
about something
believing
important. So if she does, I
Jay, do you
will
want me to proceed?
pause
You
the
know,
stream
I'm
and
gonna
I'll
follow
come
your
right
lead, Jay,
back.
So what do
Okay.
you want to do?
Well, I would just point out briefly, and then I'll shift it to you, Sam, which is just that if you pay attention to the Gospel of John, I a couple of years ago lectured through every chapter of the Gospel of John. One thing we noticed was that every chapter.
Jay Dyer's not a priest or anything clerical, right? In the Orthodox Church, I don't believe he is. Anyone know?
Chapter references the deity of Christ and the Trinity. So you can find pretty much in every chapter. And so anybody who just I think pays attention to the Gospel of John, and I would say John 1, John 5, John 8, I mean John 9, these are key chapters where Jesus explicitly affirms not just that he's fully divine and has all the same powers and works as the Father, but also identifies himself as the one speaking in the burning bush, speaking face to face to Moses. And if you notice the way that the Jews treat those statements, they understand he's saying you're making yourself equal with God, and that's why they want to stone him. So this is just one kind of right off the cuff, easy way to see if Jesus explicitly claimed to be equal to God the Father.
Yeah, I hope you don't mind if I engage this young man. My heart goes out to you.
Yeah, I
because
don't
you
want
said
to hear
subordinate.
you at all.
So my
Let's move on.
assumption is you're assuming that it's useless disputation, but maybe that's his opinion. Now I just sent him the link. This is Hadith Qudsi. Do you know what a Hadith Qudsi is?
I'm not too familiar now.
Let me explain that. According to the Sunni tradition, there are times in which Muhammad quotes Allah. So
Okay.
it's not Muhammad speaking, it's Allah speaking, but they're not found in the Quran.
With the lack of Trinity. So I've gone back now. I'm going to Bible study groups every Thursday, Sunday, and I try and get on discussions to try and talk about these things. And as far as Quran goes, I don't really have people who describe the Quran to me. I only go online because I'm.
All right. So chapter 2, verse 41.
Would you accept the opinion of these Muslim scholars? Well, that's my point. You get two people, you're going to get 50 opinions. I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's also true in Christianity and Catholicism and Judaism. I don't take Shimon seriously. Not in the last 3 to 4 years, man. He's not a good interlocutor. And I know some other actually super major, huge apologists who refuse to acknowledge him or give him credence based on his behavior. He's not a good example of a Christian. I'm just being really blunt. I'm a sinner. I don't hide that. I don't pretend to be something that I'm not. But Shamoun's behavior is more than just being provocative and more than being a class clown like David Wood or being provocative like what's his name? The son-in-law of, I think he's the son-in-law of James White. Like he's not just doing that kind of thing. He's actually being destructive to the Christian message. I don't know why Jay Dyer is comfortable with that. I've seen Jay Dyer be caustic, like I said, so maybe he's just into that. I don't know.
Let me just say something to this right here. We have a total of 6,500 people watching from both my channel and your channel, Sam. And, obviously we set this out for an open dialogue for the big guys to come in through. Look at the guys that are actually having the guts to come in and have the dialogue. It's not the
Again, the big guys don't want to come through because of Shamoon. I know a lot of big people who don't have a problem debating or talking to Jay Dyer. Even though they don't like the way that Jay Dyer does things, there are plenty of big apologists who will give him the time of day. None of the big apologists for any of the major religions want to deal with Shamoon. They just don't. And again, I do not have the best reputation here. I am not coming from a let's throw stones into glass houses kind of thing. Okay, I am not. I am not the nicest guy on YouTube. I have run 3 or 4 really bad apologists off of YouTube. I have had confrontations with Douglas Beaumont, with Brian Holdsworth, Rachel Steffens, the Virginally Christian Mario. There's a list of other people that I can't remember. And, like I said, I've literally taken down a few channels. I've literally exposed some people in their bad theology to where they just left the internet. So I am not playing Mr. Nice Guy here. Shams Shamoon is a problem. He's a problem for the Christian message. Me saying bad words and having friends who are ex porn stars and ex strippers and ex criminals, that's part of the Christian message. Part of the Christian message is that people who used to do bad things can be redeemed. So it doesn't matter what their past is, you forgive them anyway. And me reaching out to LGBTQ and me reaching out to people who are still in some of these more destructive industries, and me talking to atheists, that's all within the realm of being a good Christian. Me pushing back against lies and apologetics is all within the realm of good Christian. I'm not saying anything that my bishop doesn't say. I'm not saying anything that the Pope doesn't say. Mind you, I'm saying it much more crass. I don't deny that. But I'm not going against the church. Sam Shamoon says horrific things and condemns people on his channel all the time. So I cannot endorse that man. Jay Dyer, he's like a blinking light off and on. Sometimes he's controversial. Sometimes he's really straightforward. He used to be super serious. He used to be someone that apologists took super seriously. And then he just dipped. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there for the dip. But all I know is that he started wearing these kind of outfits and he stopped wearing the suits and people stopped taking him seriously. It's kind of like with the Christian nationalism thing with Redeem Zoomer. Once he came out as a Christian nationalist, people just stopped caring about his opinion. Same thing here, man. Jay Dyer did something. I don't know what. I wasn't watching. And his popularity dipped. But that doesn't mean that people don't watch him. It's just the people who watch him are watching for the shit show. They're watching for the car accident. And that's really too bad because Jay Dyer is probably one of the, if not the most talented apologist on YouTube currently. But you wouldn't know that by his audience share. You would think it's Gavin Ortlund or Jimmy Akin. Because I don't know what Jay Dyer did, but maybe it's who he's choosing to associate with. I don't know. Hey, I've done things that have hurt my channel's popularity and growth. So again, I am not throwing stones from a glass house here. But yeah, something happened there.
The big Muslim apologists. It's not the big Dais. It's not the sheikhs and them.
And if you're watching and you know what happened, let me know. I want to know. Actually, let me make that a poll. Let's see. Do you still watch Jay Dyer regularly? And take him serious. And take him serious. Take him seriously? Take him serious. I'm going to say take him serious. Okay.
Which it's open to them specifically, but it's guys like Yusuf, it's guys like they don't have channels, they don't have anything, and they have the guts to step up and come talk to Sam and Jay Dyer and and myself to join the panel and have the conversation. And people like Yusuf is why we do this. Yes,
Amen.
we debate. Yes, hey,
Because you accuse me acting like Muhammad.
yeah,
So you just buried the Quran. Take 434, flush it in the toilet, because your God said beat women like your mother.
yep.
Because he's wants to play with his dolls at
Everything
night.
space. All right, we got big man Shaq there.
Look, liar. Jesus confirmed Torah in terms mentioned. You're lying like your God. Khairul Makirin. That's not what the Quran says. Stop lying, bestie. Go ahead.
Yo,
What's up?
I don't understand why anybody would go on a show knowing that Shamoon's on.
what's up? No, why
Place
am I-
of Muslims, man. Is he a Muslim?
You a Muslim?
Can you
Just
hear me?
no chat. Yeah, are you a Muslim?
You gotta mute YouTube.
No, I'm Christian. I just got a quick question though.
Okay, God bless you.
Just a really
Yeah.
quick question.
Yeah,
So I saw
just-
something.
yeah,
I
hold on,
saw
hold on.
something-
Just to say this because everybody's gonna be coming up doing that.
Oh, damn.
I told everybody it's Muslim
Damn.
only. You know what I'm saying?
Damn. All right.
You know, so I don't mean to cut it off.
Nah,
but-
you're good. You're good. You're good. Nah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're good. All right. Now
Right.
you're good. You're good. You're good.
all right.
You just-
God,
Well,
God
just
bless
wait.
you.
Nah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
keep-
yeah,
you keep-
yeah,
nah,
yeah.
You're good. You're good. You're good. It's just good to be here.
God
Go
bless
ahead.
you. I know.
We'll have a Christian streamer. You could come up, bro.
I'll look for that. I'll look
All
for
right.
that.
All right, for sure. Take care, man.
Have a good
Trip
one.
on the Bobby. Trip on the Bobby. It was nice.
All right,
Yeah,
guys.
Go downhill. I think it was only for Yusuf. We only came up for Yusuf. But go ahead.
Man, yeah, I guess it is. Ahmed, welcome to the stage.
Assalamu alaikum.
Salam alaikum wa barakatuh.
Ahmed, first question to you.
Nice.
You're not supposed to grade unbelievers. But anyway, go ahead.
Alright,
And they didn't know how to answer that. That was hilarious. Yeah, everybody go check that video out, man. Go check that video out. All right, let's go ahead and bring up Ali Muslim. How you doing, Ali?
Get ready for that.
Yeah, can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you just fine. Welcome to the panel, man.
What's up with your face, Sam?
Don't worry about
he-
my face.
he
I'm
has-
born ugly. Allah made me deformed. What's the question?
Here's a problem, man. Sometimes.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
All ham to Allah.
Let's just, I would like to clarify my point of view. I think the Injil and the Torah at the time of the Prophet were not, they had uncorrupted like versions. But at all times, this is in my opinion, and I prove it with Sahih Hadith, they were corrupted.
You're going to think so. So you admit
Okay,
they were uncorrupted.
can I- Can I quote the Hadith? Sam.
Yeah, before you
be
quote it,
patient.
but you admit, can you take
Okay,
it easy, Ali?
okay.
What's wrong with your voice? Take it easy. So you admit they were uncorrupt time Muhammad, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know that God Logic has a good reputation. I don't understand why he has Shamoon on.
Okay, can you identify what they were? What were they?
Yeah, I have quotes from.
Okay, I asked you the
Sahabis.
question. You're not answering, so you're pretending you're listening. Repeat my question.
Okay.
What's my
Yeah, I can't stand that guy. I'm gonna move ahead to Jay Dyer. Where's Jay? When's Jay talking? There we go.
His attributes. You said they're not separate, right?
Well, Allah's attributes are part of Him, basically.
Oh, wait a
because
minute.
that's-
Now
that's-
what? Now he has parts. So
I'm
Allah has
still here.
parts.
I'm just gonna put some nose spray on
Well,
so
yeah,
I'm not
that's-
sniffing
that's
throughout the
part-
entire video.
That's part of His nature. It's not like parts like.
Oh, I
body
thought you
parts
said he's
type.
one.
It's not like that. Well, of course, Allah is one, no doubt
Okay,
about
so
that.
something that's one in terms of this, what you're talking about with divine simplicity or unity, doesn't have parts. Something that has parts is composite.
I mean, look. I don't
Is
know where
Allah
you're
composed
going
of
to.
parts? Do you believe he's composed of parts?
Allah has got parts, yeah, but His part doesn't separate from Him.
Oh, so but I thought he was one.
Of course, He's one. One
Okay.
means like He's one alone, even though He's got a feet, He's got a shin. Yeah, he's thinking.
So I've never understood. Mind you, I've read the Quran now 3 times. And I've read 2 collection of hadith, not all the way through. And I've read 2 different commentaries. Plus, I was watching a lot, when I was reading the Quran, I was watching a lot of different imams, especially let the Quran speak, explain things. Okay. So, when you talk to a Muslim, they'll use classical theology and they'll use Catholic documents, Christian Catholic documents, especially early church documents in their debating, especially the better educated and better resourced and better studied. And by educated, I don't mean like having a college degree. I just mean as in like they've learned and been taught how to debate. The anthropomorphizing of God is odd in Islam because if God is incorporeal and doesn't have a body, the fact that you're saying that he does have hands and feet and I think an eye and there's like another body part as well, it's weird that you're anthropomorphizing God when you're also saying he's incorporeal. And yet you have a trouble understanding the paradox of the Trinity. If you yourself have a paradox in your understanding of God, you should not then have an objection that states that there cannot be a paradox in your understanding of God. Do you see what my issue is with that?
Things don't separate from him. Okay, it stays one like that. It's not like me and you. Us
Is it
human
any?
beings,
Is it
yeah?
any? Are these parts eternal?
I think it can allow me to finish, but yeah, they are eternal. Yeah.
Okay. So there's 99 plus parts with the shins and everything else.
I don't know where
I think the 99 parts he's getting from the 99 names of Allah, I think.
you're going to, bro, because I
Oh
can
yeah,
hear
you
you
do.
saying
Well, I
this.
mean, because I'm just pointing out that you said that he's one. That's where we begin. That's what monotheism is. But now we're actually finding out that he's composed, your terms, of 99 plus parts. So I'm trying to that are eternal. So I'm just trying to figure out how it's not polytheism.
No, it's not. It's not polytheism, bro. You know, because Allah's
I'm not sure how Jay Dyer would handle debating a Hindu. I'm not sure how his knowledge is up on Hinduism. I'm not sure if he would go with the polytheism because in Hinduism, depending on which version of Hinduism you're practicing, you actually believe all the avatars and incarnation are all the avatars are incarnations of the one single God, just different different versions, different variations. So I'm not sure how Jay Dyer would handle that kind of debate.
nature, for instance, yeah, Allah is all knowing, is all merciful. That's part of His nature, but it doesn't mean that's a separate thing from Him. It doesn't mean that because
But he's
that's not
composed.
even. Yes, He is.
So
Yeah.
something that's a part is not identical to the one, right?
Look, the body parts of Allah and His nature, yeah, the nature that's like within Him. The body parts are the body parts. They don't separate from Him. So Allah being one, it's part of Him alone, God alone, and His body parts do not separate from Him. And Him has the authority of everything alone. Basically, this is what makes.
One of the problems also with a lot of these debates is you're dealing it's actually kind of a dirty trick. So we're using English in a higher form of English when we're doing apologetics and religion. We just are. They're not words that are everyday words, and they're not even standard higher level English. It's specific to this genre. And then we're debating with people when English is their second or third language. And I just feel that's just kind of a dirty trick because we're not debating them at their best. It would be like us debating them in their language. We just don't have the same abilities in Arabic that we do in English. So I do think this is not necessarily a low blow, but just kind of an unfair advantage. Like Jay Dyer going and debating in Arabic the Quran, he probably wouldn't do as well. You know what I mean?
Makes Allah to be one and unique, one alone. If you're gonna come
Or
and bring
debating
in
the
this,
Bible.
God having Allah having different names, I can do the same thing to you as well, and it's not gonna work.
That's a too
So I
quick way.
don't,
We're asking you about your position. I'll address my position in a minute, but the point is just simply that on the original definition of Tawheed was that he's alone, one, and now it turns out, well, he's actually composed of a bunch of parts. But if something is composed of parts, to me that suggests that it's a created thing. How can Allah be one and simple if he's composed of parts?
because his parts don't come off from him. It stays
They
with
what?
him.
They what?
His body parts don't come away from him. It stays with him forever.
It doesn't matter whether I'm not saying they come away from him. The point is that you've already admitted that there's 99 plus eternal composite entities. How is that not polytheism?
It's not polytheism. Because
How is it not?
Because the
The same way that our body is not multiple bodies, even though we have many cells. We are one composite being. That's the answer. Again, I'm not taking the Muslim side here. I'm very much pro Catholic, pro Christianity, pro Bible. But that's the answer. Is that just like our body has many cells and yet we're one being, so too with Allah, with however many divisions he might want of himself, is one composite being. But that leaves open the door for Trinity. Remember, the word Allah is just the word God in Arabic. So you can chill on that. You don't have to overstress it like I'm sure these gentlemen here do.
names of Allah, are his names. Okay? They're attributes.
But you just
within
restated
his-
your
within-
position. How does that answer the objection?
Okay.
It's not polytheism,
Because it's not.
The names of Allah, are his names. That's how it's not polytheism.
So that's a circle.
No,
Yeah. You
I
see,
said
The names do not indicate division. Again, you're debating someone who doesn't have a strong grasp of the language games that you're playing. You're playing on an unfair playing field.
I said not only his name, but they're also part of him within his nature. For
So
instance,
you
Allah is
restating your
all-knowing.
position, right? That's restating the position again, but I'm asking you how it's not polytheism.
Because polytheism is when
Well,
you
it's what?
have when you have different gods and stuff like that. And
Okay, so
Allah
you
is
got
alone
99 plus.
in that.
Exactly. Right.
No, they don't have 99 plus gods. What you're doing is dirty. I think this is why people don't want to play with you anymore.
99 plus eternal entities. Exactly.
Nah, come on. That doesn't mean like there's different gods. You know that yourself.
How is
that,
your
bro.
position not polytheism? Just telling me it's not doesn't answer the objection.
It's not polytheism means having different gods. That is what it means. And with Allah, clearly stated in the Quran many times that He is one alone.
That's just telling me
no one beside him.
all that tells me is the position is inconsistent. That doesn't tell me how it's not polytheism. You're saying, well, there's these verses over here that talk about him being one. Yeah, but you got all these other arguments that you just admitted that it's eternal.
So different names for the same deity does not mean that it's different deities. Otherwise, then in Christianity and in Judaism, we would have multiple gods. You just made Dan McKellen correct. You just made Kip Davis correct. You just made Bart Ehrman correct. Jay Dyer, you are wrong. Not because it's not a clever trick, but because this clever trick can be turned on our arguments for our oneness of our Trinity.
Eternal composed parts. And I'm saying that's polytheism. So you telling me that there's another verse over here that says that it's unity doesn't answer the contradiction. I know you believe on the one hand that you've got a purely one deity, but I'm saying that these two things are in tension. So how do you reconcile that is my question. How is it not polytheism in terms of what you say about the 99 plus parts.
It's not 99 plus
Well,
parts.
look, in our understanding, in Islamic understanding, is that polytheism is. I'm going to repeat again because you keep asking me the same question. All right, polytheism is when we believe. Sorry, when people believe in multiple gods, and with Islam, even in the Bible, there's only one God alone. Okay. Now, if you're gonna go and say Allah's body parts, that means that's polytheism or Allah having different names. That's nowhere.
You
That's
don't
Again, in the Bible, God has different names. So if you're saying that as a qualifier for Islam having different, for having multiple gods, then we have multiple gods. This is not a good argument. This is not as clever or as smart as you think it is. Hey BS, how you doing, buddy?
You said they're eternal entities that are not identical to Allah. So how is that not 99 eternal entities or gods? How's it different?
okay. You explain to me why you think that's polytheism. Explain it to me because I've given you answers. Go on.
But you're not answering. You're just stating the position that you
No.
believe in God.
Yes.
No. So do you understand the argument is that you have a contradiction? It's not do you at times say that God is one? I know you believe that, you say that. But you also turn around and say, but he's also got these multiple eternal composed parts. That's the contradiction.
Right. But those parts are part of him.
I know. So again, you're just restating the position.
Yeah.
That doesn't answer the objection. That's just restating the position.
Because that's the position we have to be able to determine.
So a contradiction, exactly. Yeah, it's a contradictory
You
position.
tell
That's
me.
my point.
Okay, now Jay, you tell me why you think that's polytheism.
Because it's multiple eternal parts or entities that are not identical to the one thing. So
Bro,
you got an eternal multiplicity.
Can you give more details, please, why you think it's polytheism, please?
You've got multiple eternal
By the way,
multiplicity
BS,
in God. And
I accidentally doxed myself earlier, so if you can find that,
it's a pure
feel
one.
free to send me gifts and
You
buy
can't
me
have it
everything
both
on my
ways.
Amazon
You can't
wish
have it both
list.
ways.
I know you're rich. Don't lie. That's the only way you can be on
Allah
YouTube as much as you are.
Yeah, that means that's
I never see you off
Yeah, I mean,
YouTube.
just the idea that you think that
No matter
God
what time
has
of day
parts
I come
itself
on.
is absurd. Because
No, it's
parts
not
entail
saying.
composition, which is what the material created world is like. God doesn't have parts, by the way. That doesn't make any sense. But you're trying to be consistent with a position that is
You're secretly a movie producer in Hollywood, aren't you, BS? Be honest. Be honest.
fundamentally not consistent, is the point.
Okay, as a Christian, yeah, your God also has got a hand, right? Because it says Jesus will be the
what?
right hand of the
No,
Father.
God
Yeah?
doesn't have a right hand. That's a metaphor for his power.
Is it a metaphor?
Not the way it's used in the Old Testament, Dyerson.
How do you know it's a
Dyson the Dyerson.
metaphor?
Because I have a consistent exegesis of the text as a whole. I don't.
I'm supposed to be self-employed, B.S. Lewis. I got my insurance license, and two major national companies recruited me. One I said no to just because I can't do the job the way they would want me to. And the other one I said yes to, not understanding it was a pure commission job. So technically, I'm employed by them, but no.
I don't confess to you that God has multiple eternal parts.
Okay.
I still like them. Like if I ever get in a position where I can work that kind of job, I will jump right back into that business.
Jesus, as a human being, you believe he's fully God, fully human. He's got hands and feet, and is that polytheism for you guys?
No, that's his human nature. That's not talking about the divine nature, which is simple.
That's his human nature. So, as a human nature, is it part of his Godhead as a God eternally or not?
No, his human nature is not part of his Godhead by definition. A created thing cannot be uncreated.
So, can God be all-knowing at the same time, not all-knowing, or God?
Again, this guy's playing at a disadvantage because the word games they're playing are. Also, don't think that just because you can be more clever than Sam Shamoon or Jay Dyer that you can win these arguments. I've gone onto their channels before and given them a Christian argument that they should technically agree with because it's either an orthodox argument or it's a standard Christian classical theism argument. And just because I'm not agreeing with what they're saying they shit on what I'm saying, and they'll call you Satan or the devil or whatever else. So if you outthink them, they just start cursing at you, and they just start calling you a heretic or a demon or Satan. They don't even bother engaging when they get defeated. So if they get a defeater, they simply just go ape shit. And it is the most disgusting thing. I've seen this in multiple people in real life and here, where if they get defeated, they just go nuclear. And I just think that's the worst trait in any human being.
Be all human being at the same time, 100% God and 100% human. Is that possible?
Yeah, sure.
Why? How? Can you, Jay? Yeah. Can you be all knowing at the same time not all knowing?
Yeah, but Christ is not a human person. This is called Nestorianism. He's a divine.
Also, because we're immortal in heaven and we're already in heaven if we're there, we would be outside of time and part of God. Yes. The answer is yes. Yes, we can be both. We can both be both divine and animal, because that's what a composite being is. It's the soul and the body. Jay, come on. You're better than this.
Divine person with a human nature. So he possesses.
Name the heresy that says what I said.
Both of those
As if he's
things
actually listening.
at once. Your argument is premised on somehow there being an impossible contradiction between these two things. We don't think there is a contradiction between. It's a both and, not an either or.
Hey, that's a Catholic argument. Don't be bringing Catholic arguments into this. Don't be doing that, Jay. You're not a Catholic. Naughty boy.
Look, Jay, even if God tried to be not all knowing, it's impossible to God. Because for you, even you as a human being.
You ignored what I said. So do you think that we think Jesus changed into a created human being, that he's not divine? It's a both and, not either or. He didn't become man in the sense of losing divinity or his divine attributes. He has both at the same time, not an either or.
This is what I'm
I
telling
think
you.
I sprayed a little
It's
too much nose
impossible
spray
to
because
have
now my
both,
throat's
because
dry.
even if you try, if God tried to be
I think I gotta, after this, I'm gonna get some water.
not all knowing, it's impossible for him. It's like you as a human being, Jay, yeah? You are sane, not mentally, you are mentally stable, yeah?
I'm going to say there's a possibility that at least 1/4 of this panel is not sane.
Let me finish, please.
Again,
Sorry, bro.
only
At
if
least.
you thought that he's a human subject would you think that. He's not a human subject. He's a divine subject with a human nature. So the mind that he has that's proper to his human nature is limited. It is finite. The mind that he has proper to his divinity is infinite and not limited. It's a both and. Why can't God do that? How do you know God can't do that?
By the way, update on the poll.
I
at
mean,
least
yeah,
half
I
the
mean,
audience
you
thinks
believe in a God who
that they
has
don't
parts,
watch
by the way,
Jay
so your
Dyer anymore.
position is even more silly than this.
Yeah, but our position is that God, despite having parts, they still remain the same. It doesn't come off him, and God stays exactly the same in terms of his knowledge.
Okay, but now he's arguing for the Trinity and he doesn't know it, which is falling into Jay Dyer's trap. Jay Dyer poked and prod him to say the thing, but he doesn't know he's saying the thing, so this revelation is pointless. You're getting him to say something without the knowledge that he's saying it. He's not coming to a realization. You're just winning the argument in your video, but you're not actually saving the soul you're speaking to. He has no realization of what he's admitting.
He is constantly all-knowing, all-powerful.
Now wait a minute. Well, you're Salafi
Please,
though, so that's not even true. Not that the Salafi
I'm not. How do you know? How do you know I'm a Salafi? I've never told you.
Well, you're talking about body parts.
Well, obviously, in the Quran.
Do you agree with Ibn Taymiyyah? Do you agree with Ibn Taymiyyah?
Now, how do I know Allah's got part? Just because the Quran says that.
Do you agree with Ibn Taymiyyah on this position?
Well, I don't know what he says about it. That's the thing.
Well, I mean, he argues for all the stuff you're arguing. I'm just curious because he believes that God also is limited in time and that he has like temporal knowledge. So I'm curious if you thought that too, because it seems like it would go along with the other stuff that you're saying, but maybe you don't. I don't know.
No, I don't know about that. If he says God is limited in time, that's something I would disagree. But look, I don't have to agree with him because scholars make mistakes. They say whatever. To
Well,
me,
that's why I'm just
God,
asking you your position. Yeah, I'm
my
asking you
my
what you believe.
position is
But
God
you're not
is
letting
all
him
knowing
answer the
at all
question.
times. At all times.
By the way,
Whether it's in the past, whether it's now or in the future.
okay, now Bob, after Jay's done with you, I'm going to show you that's not true. The Quran says Allah doesn't know everything, but I'll get there.
Yeah,
But
go
we'll
on.
look for
Okay, again, I'm not interested in anything Shimon has to say, so let's move on. Where's J Dyer talking again? Let's see what this is.
Allah limits his power. His veil is light. If he withdraws it, the splendor of his countenance would consume his creation.
According to Philippians 2, in the do that.
Muslim 1:7.
Well, now wait a minute. If Allah can do that, why can't the Son, according to Philippians 2 in the kenosis text, choose not to exercise all of his powers and become and enter into the mode of being a human being?
Sounds a bit hypocritical to me.
Come on, Jay, you sound too logical, man. Come on. Allahu alam. Allahu alam, brother.
Well, hey, Billy K, we don't explain that, man.
That's right.
All right, Patar says, why does every Muslim put limits on God? Just because humans, because Allah does it himself. Allah puts limits on himself. Just because humans can't do it doesn't mean.
Again, Christians and Catholics believe God puts his own limits on himself as well. God can't do an illogical paradox, only a normal paradox. God can't make a married bachelor or a squared circle or a rock so heavy he can't lift. If you're thinking in those kind of terms, you are misunderstanding what we mean by God. That's the Tertullian argument. That's the origin argument. That is the basis of all Christian theology, are these kind of conversations and the denial of these kind of argumentations. You're going against Christian tradition, which, J. Dyer, you say you believe in as an Orthodox.
Mean God Almighty can't do it. When it comes to Allah, there's no limits, but they place limits on the true God. All right, and let's see here. I think
he's
that's
just reading a
pretty much
comment.
it
Okay.
so far. All right, let's
But
get
still.
into our next guest, the disciple. What's up, man?
Oh, cool. Hey, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing? Peace and
Pretty
blessings.
good, man. Welcome. So we were asking about Tawheed. If you wanted to say, I thought you said you had an answer for some of the things that were said, so you can touch on it, whatever you wanted to touch on.
Yeah, on the oneness question. All right, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Fine?
we hear you just good. You're good. Yep.
So like on the oneness question, when y'all went into the 99 names of God was revealed to us, I think it was kind of butchered in the way how it was answered before. Like for example,
Wait, but pause.
No, what I like here is that this guy can speak. He's got a good grasp of English. He's got a good grasp of his confidence. I don't know what his theology is yet. I don't know how strong his understanding is yet. But he's now playing the same language game as the other three people on the panel. So if God logic doesn't let him speak, God logic is being irresponsible and a coward.
I'm gonna let you continue, but you're saying that the past Muslim butchered the answer to that?
it could be considered that, yeah, for sure. I would
For
say.
sure. Dang,
Mhm.
Bob Logic. It's tough. All right, no, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Being honest. I mean,
No, Bob's on a higher level. I don't agree.
Yeah, but Bob's not the layman Muslim.
he probably is, and that's cool. But yeah, I think that his answer wasn't as clear as it could have been. But so you're familiar with like epithet, right? Like y'all know what epithets are?
What's that?
Epithet.
Yeah.
So the 99 names are more like titles. So like
Correct.
if I'm the Emir of Najd or the King of Saudi Arabia or the prince that was promised or the King of the Andals or whatever, this does not make me multiple people.
Well, you understand there's been multiple centuries of debates and battles over this very question. So this is actually not the case to say that they're just titles because...
Yeah, but there have been battles and debates over Christian dogma as well, including baptism, including icon veneration. This is a bad argument. This is a bad argument and proves nothing and can be used against the Christian stance. You and I both believe that icon veneration is allowable. You and I both believe that Mary went to heaven, whether it was before her death or after her death, not important. Me and you both believe that the Eucharist was instituted by Christ. Me and you both believe that the priesthood is divine in origin. Me and you both believe in holy tradition or sacred tradition, whatever word you want to use for it. Both of us both believe in divine liturgy. Don't be dishonest, Jay.
Would you say that the uncreated Quran is just a title?
The uncreated. Could you repeat the question again so you can hear it? Maybe the uncreated Quran was just a title.
I heard it because I asked it. Why do I need to
ask?
It doesn't work to say these are just titles because there's been Muslim battles over this very topic. They fought each other over the relationship.
Yeah, and Christians have fought over Bible passages. Does that make the Bible untrue because Christians fought over the Bible? This is shitty argumentation.
Of Allah to his attributes. And one example of that would be the status of the Quran in terms of its eternal speech of Allah, not the created Quran in time and space.
Yeah, you're getting into a different topic now. You're
No,
talking
it's
about
not.
the uncreated.
No, it's not.
Yeah, you are. You're talking about the Quran, and we're talking about the attributes. We're talking about the 99 names.
The speech of Allah is one of his attributes.
Yeah, but the speech is not a name.
The eternal speech is the Quran.
But is that a name?
It doesn't matter because it's the same
No,
position.
we were talking about the name.
No, it does matter.
The name, though, right?
Well, you can't say
name.
that you
What
can't say
title?
that Allah's knowledge is just a
Like,
name
for
and not a real
example,
attribute.
Al-Rahman or Al-Rahim.
If you keep talking over him, you're not.
Shut up, Shamoon.
Okay. Well, what I'm saying is that attributes are not names and names are not attributes. That is my claim.
Okay, but either way, whether it's the names or attributes, you still have to explain the relationship of those to Allah's essence, correct? Is that not what your schools do?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what's the correct relationship?
They are uncreated explanations or descriptions of how he manifests his power.
Okay. So are they identical to him or are they distinct?
What do you mean? Are they identical to him?
This is a
Good counter question. Good counter question. Jay Dyer, don't weasel out of it. Tell him what you actually mean by that. Don't try to just trick him. Explain what you mean. Because if you mean the wrong thing, you're arguing against the Trinity.
This is a classic debate. You don't know this in Islam, you have the debate for centuries.
You're trying to create a separation, and there's
I
no
didn't say there was
separation.
separation. I just said, what's the relationship?
What is the
I never
relationship?
said separate. You said separation. I just said, what's the relationship of Allah to his attributes? It's a classic debate in Islam.
So let's go back to the original question, which was talking about the names. The names themselves are not divisions of Allah. And his attributes are not divided of Allah. Now, there are Muslims who will disagree with that. Just like there are Christians who disagree on transubstantiation, who disagree on having the Eucharist as a sacrament, who disagree on whether or not the priesthood is all the people or just the priest, or it's a royal priesthood that includes both, but there's a special line of priests that can only do the Mass. They disagree with how to do service. Don't be a hypocrite and don't open us up to criticism that we don't need to.
Mm-hmm. Like, for example, is Allah identical to his mercy, for example?
Yes, but it's not limited to his mercy.
Mm-hmm. So he's not
Does
identical.
that make sense?
Well, if he's identical to it,
I answered yes, but not limited to.
then he can't be
Does that
identical.
answer?
I mean, you know what the law of identity is? A equals A.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I'm
so he
familiar
can't be
with the law of
identical to it if he's not limited to it, because that would be
Okay,
identical.
let me use a separate question to perhaps shed some clarity to this. Are you identical to the 206 bones within your body?
Does Allah have parts?
I'm not asking that. I asked you a question. Are you
Well,
identical?
your analogy.
Jay, answer the question. Don't be a coward. If you're going to force him to answer your question, you answer his first. Stop being cowardly.
It's not going to work because
Well,
42, Quran 42.
I want to set a baseline of understanding here. I'm not.
But it's not going to
comparing
work.
this.
It's not going to work because there's
I'm
no
trying to get a-
analogies to Allah. Do you think there's analogies to Allah?
No, I'm trying to understand your logical thinking and process here.
Well, if it's not related to the attributes question, how's that going to work?
Well, I want to understand how you understand the identity principle.
The law of identity is A equals A.
Right. So, are you identical to the 206 bones within your body?
No, I'm not identical to any specific
You are
part.
not. You are not identical to your heart.
Parts. No, I'm not identical to parts.
You're not
That's the parts
okay.
whole.
Your mind or your consciousness. Would you say you're identical to your soul?
Ooh. Now, he's getting into heresy here, not this guy, Jay. Because we don't believe in a division between body and soul. Some Protestants do. Traditional Christianity does not.
I'm not identical to any part of me. No.
So you think all these things are parts of you?
Yeah, body is a part, bones are parts. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I get
Does
the
Allah have
understanding.
parts?
I get the logic.
Does Allah have parts?
No.
Okay, so how does that analogy relate to Allah at all?
Jay Dyer he came on the scene maybe, I don't know, I want to say 5 years ago, 7 years ago, and he blew the apologetics world apart. Like, he was just awesome. And then his caustic style and his inability to lose, not his inability to get defeated, he got defeated a lot, but his inability to lose made him become a pariah in the apologetics circles. So his presence there just disappeared. He was really huge, and he's still really big in the Orthodox world of apologetics. He's really good. I want to be very clear. His personality being a problem or being problematic has nothing to do with his abilities. He's a great apologist. Sam Shamoon is not a great apologist, and he also has personality problems. Jay Dyer is a great apologist who also happens to have personality problems. Yeah, pretty much.
It doesn't. I was trying to understand with your principle of the identity, like.
Okay, well, why
how
are you
you
asking
understand
about
the logic
okay.
of identity?
So again, in
Yeah,
classical
that's all.
logic, Aristotelian logic, the law of identity is just A equals A. A dog
Yes,
equals a
exactly,
dog.
Pixie.
So
By the way, hi,
it's
Pixie.
strict, right?
Mm-hmm.
So to say that Allah is his attributes and then to turn around and say, but he's also not, because he's not limited to them, would not fall under identity. So they can't be, he's not identical in that definition.
Who said that? Who said that?
In your definition, you said not limited to.
Mm-hmm. But is that equal to? I didn't say equal to.
You
Parts.
said not
I
limited.
didn't use any of this language.
You did. You said he's identical to, but not limited to.
Yes. I didn't say equal to or parts.
Okay. Well, equal to is identical to. So what do you mean?
Not necessarily.
Oh, then it's not identical.
Okay, I'm going to move on because this is taking too long, and we've already responded to this multiple times.
Okay.
Everybody, a moment of silence for Gar not having a channel. Everybody, a moment of silence. Moment of silence over. Let's continue on.
Sure. I concede this point.
All right, good. We've brought you.
man.
And by the way, Hawariyun, you're the one who came here said the guy did a.
Yeah, we're good. CP, is that you?
I don't know. It doesn't. I don't listen like his moniker, is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
Yeah, but I have double voice. Sorry. Just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
The brother said.
Am I heard?
Yeah, but you gotta mute your mic, CP.
Oh, okay, hold on. Give me a second.
The brother said. So okay, yes.
I think some of these people actually fall in the same circle as the fake Dawkins, the jerky guy. I don't remember his name.
So he wants to know, Jay, why was the 1611 produced?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just pull up the Geneva Bible. The commentary is all in the margins. So I don't understand what this argument is
Yeah, he's basing his argument on English translations, but it's okay. So I'm still waiting for the objection. So they had nothing better to do. They were bored out of their mind. So what's the next question?
I mean, were there margins in 1560?
Yeah, the copy that goes around is actually in Old
Oops. Hold on. I'm trying to get my
English. You can see there's I
my
shared
photo
link
in the right
there.
place.
That is the 1560 Geneva Bible in Old English, and you can see the commentary in the margins. But what is this? What I don't understand what this has. What is this?
Yeah,
What's the
brother.
argument?
We want to finish this before the November elections. Get to your objection.
Man, this guy is such a piece of shit.
Okay, my objection is, I don't even have an objection. I'm asking you a question. What objection?
So what's the other question? What's the other question?
So the Geneva Bible was used by Presbyterians, the followers of John Calvin, but that's not the extent of the Reformation. There's Lutherans, there's Anglicans, there's all different flavors of Reformation.
And William Shakespeare and Oliver Cromwell, they use the Geneva Bible, right?
Probably. Right? I mean, I'm sure Cromwell.
Yes, that is correct.
Would have. What about it?
How are you going to barbecue me, Avery, with this guy?
What about the Puritans that came over to America? Did they have a Geneva Bible as well?
They did like the Geneva Bible, yes.
Mm-hmm. And why was the King James Version authorized to be created?
Well, that was for Anglicans. That was the Church of England. So that's different from Geneva Bible.
J. Dyer is actually answering correct here, just FYI.
Yeah, but why was it created?
Avery,
for English-speaking people to have a Bible in the dominions of the British Empire.
So you don't think that they had a Geneva Bible in England?
Yeah, so hold on, disciple. So it sounds like you're just like inquiring, which is okay, but we want some people that's maybe going to have some objections to Christianity.
Okay. I do.
I got my brother Christian Prince here.
I'll get to it. I'll skip to it right now then.
Hear the background.
That's not me.
Shall I talk?
Yeah, CP, do you have you
For us as Shrunk, like
No, that's not what it. No, what asma sifat means names and attributes, not just name, not just attributes. Asma is names.
But the attribute, name and attribute. There goes the book.
No, you didn't say that.
Yeah, shut your mouth, Islam. The guy's first language is not English.
Oh man, what?
My objection is
hello, brother and sister.
What is happening today?
It's
the Avengers are assembling today.
An ex-Muslim Salafi who's destroying shish kebabbing Islam day and night. Man, you're in trouble, dude. Look what you brought. Your vibe brought this man right here. Man, you in trouble, bro.
God bless you, brother Sam. God bless you, God Logic.
God bless you, man. Good. Thanks for coming through, brother.
Yeah, brother.
Your God speaks incorrect Arabic, so
why are you mad that I corrected an Arab speaker?
No, I'm mad.
So now you didn't correct me. You didn't correct me. I said attribute, but I didn't say name because we're talking about the attribute. We are not talking about the name.
No, you said.
These are all people I would never want to have a conversation with. The only person who I might one day want to talk to is Jay Dyer in this whole group. I was hoping Logic was going to be, I don't know, a more decent Christian, a more decent human being to his fellow monotheist. I don't agree with Islam. I don't think its tenets are healthy or good for someone like me with my tendencies. I would not be a good person as a Muslim. I just wouldn't be. But that doesn't mean that I think that the religion is flawed or bad. It's, as far as religions go, it's as good as almost any other. It doesn't have the qualities of Christianity, which I prefer in a religion. But if you don't believe in Christianity and you don't believe in Judaism, at least not in the sense of you think that they have it 100% correct, Islam is a fine alternative. It's, again, I don't believe it's true. I've read the Quran. I don't think the Quran has the correct understanding of the historical events, especially around Jesus, let alone the historical events in, I forget the other countries that are mentioned, but there are prophets that keep on coming up, and basically there's a way to explain Hinduism through Islam. There's a way to explain Shintoism through Islam. Every nation, every group has their own prophet. that kind of thing, and their own scroll, and their scrolls get corrupted based on, well, why doesn't it agree if it was all sent by Allah? That kind of argument.
Mute my mic.
Yeah. So is Islam gonna answer you now?
I can.
Descending and
going in then,
all right, so go ahead. What's your response?
So first, let's refer to Nuzul, right? He referring to Nuzul, saying, "Oh,
What's a nuzul meaning?
What is
Speak
nuzul?
English, brother, for the
know what
people
that means.
understanding.
I got you. Don't worry, I got you.
Again, dirty tricks. Let's move ahead. I don't care about dirty tricks.
Physically to hellfire. God bless you all. Jesus is God, and peace of Christ be with you. Thank you, God bless you.
What happened to Jay? Jay left?
God bless.
God bless you.
Something disconnected. He should be back.
All right. Yeah. So, okay. So now, I guess like
Knows or sees the Father directly, except through his presence. That is considered
Again, I'm really only
clearly
interested in what J. Dyer's saying.
Okay.
clear. Like the reason we believe that is because in time is
God
revealed
logic
on the
has not
basis of
impressed me
revelation.
in this conversation, debate, dialogue, whatever you want to call
To
it.
be more clear, like the reason we believe that is because God revealed himself at Mount Sinai, and so his face is present there in time and space. We believe that's the Son, but nobody, according to Jesus in John 5, knows or sees the Father directly except through the image of the Son. So there's no direct perception of the Father or the divine
Again, all of this is correct.
essence in our view.
Okay. That's all I had. I just wanted to understand that doctrine.
for your sin
Would you
was there, but the hadith say that when
You got to harmonize all the text. You can't pick one and say that it's in contrast to this our text. So their view of it. You read and explain
why he
that's not true. That's not true.
That's fully according to Christian health is but there's so do you see there's many things I can bring up about Christianity that also human sacrifice in itself is a pagan practice.
so where do you have human sacrifice?
Where's that?
Well, Jesus was part human and part God, according to Christians, right?
He's fully human, fully God, not part.
Excuse me.
Parts of God.
Fully human and fully God, but he diminished his power when he was here. That's why he was not all-knowing.
No, that's not true. That's not. We don't believe that. You might say
my
that.
brother-in-law has really confused me at this point because he's told me that when.
Yeah, so J. Dyer is acting as if all Christians have the same theology on this and have the same eschatology, and we do not. Different theologians, even within the same religion, have different views on these topics. And J. Dyer also has a very bad habit of acting like there are strict dogmatic understandings of developed theology in Orthodoxy, and there is not. Orthodoxy quit developing around the time of the split from the Catholic Church, which is why one of the reasons why I'm not Orthodox, which is why I would want to become Eastern Catholic, because I do think Orthodoxy in their practice is closer to the original faith, but in their theology, I feel they have lacked some development. Also, their rejection of a pope is also problematic for me. So by rejecting Rome, anyway, Eastern Catholicism, if there was an Eastern Catholic Church here, that's where I would attend. There's not one where I live, so I don't. I go to a normal Novus Ordo Mass.
When Jesus came to earth, the reason why he didn't know the time and the place or the hour, or why he walked up
He's
to a
arguing,
fig tree and didn't understand that it.
Just to be very clear, Louis Goulian is arguing a correct version of Christian theology from a specific flavor of Christianity. J. Dyer is going to be arguing a correct theology from an Orthodox understanding. Shamoun is just going to contradict. I still don't have a good idea, and again, I'm skipping around. I still don't have a good idea of what God logic's theology or argumentation style is.
It was.
This guy is well-spoken, he seems knowledgeable, and he's arguing correctly. So if they shit on him, that's a knock against them, not a knock against this guy. FYI.
Not in season, so on and so forth.
So that the fig tree is an object lesson. The fig tree stands for Israel. He explains in the text that he cursed it to illustrate to the apostles what was going to happen to Israel. It's a symbol of the nation of Israel throughout the prophets. If you read what Basil explains in letter 234, 5, and 6 from this is our view of it, when it says that he didn't know the day or the hour, it's just like the other exaggerated language that he uses in other places, like no one is good but God. So when we come to our texts, we don't take one text and say that every other text has to be squeezed into that text. So the texts are harmonized. That's our view. So, I mean,
well, that's some Christians' views. And hermeneutics is not accepted by all Christians, nor all theologians or scholars. Hermeneutics is a style of apologetics and is, when combined with typology, very useful for understanding and harmonizing the Bible. But when you're harmonizing, you are indirectly acknowledging that there are apparent contradictions, and you have to be able to answer that honestly without being argumentative, spiteful, or any of the other deadly sins.
I mean, it's just like if I went to the Quran and I said this verse, I take this verse, you would say no.
We would call it abrogation in Islam. There are abrogated rules in Christianity and Judaism. Otherwise, we wouldn't be allowed to eat pork. Let's be honest.
You got to harmonize over the other verses, right? We say the same thing about our book. You got to harmonize all the text. You can't pick one and say that it's in contrast to all the others. And the way that we understand that is that in terms of his human nature, yes, he did grow in wisdom and knowledge. And ultimately, as a divine subject, he did know, because everything the Father has is granted to the Son. But he can explain things and talk about things to his disciples in a way that, as if, right, he's doing this or that to explain it to them. So it's an object lesson. It's exaggerated language. When he says there's no one good but God, he's not literally saying no one's good. He's not saying there was never a good prophet. There was never a good, he's not saying the Holy Spirit's not good, because in other places, he also says that. So many things that happen are both ands and not either ors. Does that make sense? That's how we approach these texts.
Ubai had 160.
It doesn't say that verbatim, but my question to you is, why would it have to say that? Why would Jesus
That's
have
my
to say
question to you. Continues to be, and
Streams, guys, don't give them this attention.
everything I ate is that both you guys are better looking than me.
Guaranteed. Sam might pop in and annoy me and join the stream. Sam, he's always around. But guys, we had Ahmed ex-Muslim, Sam Shimon, we had Jay Dyer, we had Christian Prince himself. Right? We just had the squad here today showed up. But you know who didn't show up? Sheikh Uthman, Sneeko, Muhammad Ajab, Hamza, or anybody from Hamza's Den, Muslim Cowboy, Bumsy. None of these dudes, John.
Again, I'm announcing right now publicly, I would not, will not, and do not want to engage with Sam Shamoon. The only time I will ever engage with someone that shitty, that much of an asshole, is to defend my friends. So if he goes after B.S. Lewis, yeah, I'll go into his chat and I'll tell him to shut the fuck up. Straight up. But when it comes to debating theology, there is nothing that can be gained by someone like me engaging with someone like him. Not a thing. Not a thing. Theology in God is about sacredness and growing in faith. It's not about argumentation. It's not about having a better style. It's not about flourish. It's not about any of that. It's about truth and faith and growing in that simple truth. It's about humbling yourself and understanding you don't know everything. And it's about not insulting the other, but turning the other cheek. Sam Shamoon can't do that. So, while I might say bad words, and I might listen to heavy metal music, and I might be friends with sinners, and I myself am a sinner, I am not so arrogant as to think that I can judge anyone. Anyone. And I forgive everyone for everything, including Sam Shamoon. But I still would not engage with him because there is nothing productive that can come out of that. As for Jay Dyer, I'll announce publicly here. I would love to debate Jay Dyer. I would love to have 3 debates with him. The truth of Catholicism, the utility of orthodoxy, and what it would take to heal the schism between Orthodox and Catholicism, with a bonus dialogue about the proper way to engage with non-Christians and those who reject orthodoxy and holy or sacred tradition. That includes Protestants, by the way. Sam Shamoon, never want to talk to you. Jay Dyer, yeah. If you want to have any of those conversations, I'm down to talk to you. God Logic, I don't know anything about you. You ever want to come on my channel? You're welcome to. I don't want to go into yours because yours is a huge channel. You're not going to gain anything by me going on your channel. But you want to come into my channel, you're going to talk to only atheists and only Muslims. I have a very small audience, and it's all anti-theists, some of them with really big channels. So you're welcome to come onto my channel and talk to my audience, but you have to be respectful and you can't be insulting. And the moment you start insulting them, I will stop the stream and ask you to get off my stream. Okay? Good? Done? Great. Let's get to the end of the end of this. And here we go. All right. So going forward, I still have a channel. I am doing a 40-day challenge on another channel. I will be doing updates weekly, hopefully. I am applying for better paying jobs. I have 6 months before the fund that is set up for my dad runs out. By that point, if I don't have money to pay for his care, I'm in a lot of trouble. So I have 6 months to fix my life. I'm giving myself 40 days. I am currently on day number 5. We are going to fix my life, and we're going to get things better. And we're going to do it with faith, and we're going to do it with prayer, and we're going to do it with action. So we are being proactive. I'm applying for better paying jobs. I'm being more active cardiovascularly. I'm doing 1-minute additions to cardio a day until I get to 40 minutes a day on 3 different styles of cardio, so which means about an hour and a half of cardio at the very end on day 40. I don't know what 40 times 3 is, but whatever. I'm stupid. What's that? 120 minutes of cardio, and I am. If I'm wrong, that's going to be on YouTube forever. And I'm dyslexic. What are you gonna do? And I have dyscalculia. So yeah. Let me see what else. I am continuing the Copyright Strike series and the Strike Shorts series. I do have other stuff already filmed. I have not gotten to edit it because I had a really rough week at my current job. I am, like I said, moving on to a better paying job soon. I really like where I work, and I really love my manager. He's one of the best managers I've ever had. I'm not leaving because of anything like that. I'm leaving because I need more money. I need to make a minimum amount of income to support my dad, and I'm currently not making that kind of income. So luckily, I do have a fund, and I will be sharing that fund with you all soon. I am going to set up a GoFundMe for my dad's care. That money will go to his groceries, it'll go to his diapers, and it's going to go to hopefully setting up for the future assisted living. I've decided I don't want to put him in a nursing home. I'd rather put him in an assisted living facility. Eventually, he might get to the point that he needs a nursing home, but that's a different story for a different day. What else? I am going to be making more videos again, and I'm going to pull back a little bit on the streaming because I did get a bad taste in my mouth from that copyright strike. I did. There's no denying that. That doesn't mean I'm not going to stream. I think I'm going to stream maybe now 3 times a week instead of 5 times a week. But we're still going to keep streaming. And if I get the job I'm currently hoping I'm going to get, I will have more nights to put more effort into my videos. So that would be awesome. Anyway, let's go over what I like to say at the end of my videos. I forgive everyone for everything. I recommend you do the same. God loves you and God forgave you, so you should forgive others. That means to love and forgive your enemy. That means to love and forgive your neighbor. That means to love and forgive yourself. And that means that above all, love God. Peace, like, and subscribe. Have a great night. Let's do the outro music.
Yeah. My hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this. Cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest, I'm gonna launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the climb and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, no stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb. And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get it, yeah. Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I'll get it, bro. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Yeah, I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never off it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic, make them nauseous. Honest, can I stop this? Never cautious, drop it. I'm the hottest. Knock, knock, bitch, watch it. I'm the fucking king of rock, bitch. Profit, spitting hot shit. I'm topic, chronic. I think I'm motherfucking lost it. Back, matter of fact, making racks where it's at. Had my back to the mat, not an act, that's a fact. We attack in a back, no react, no react. Think I'm black, up his ass. While I rap, not a step, through a jab, give a crap. We're advanced,